risk it. Yeah, I was not going to risk that extended hit window for a trick. It sucks to have mediocre ticks on 2 records in a row this, but it should be understandable why I'm not willing to go crazy with ticks here. Damn. I am very surprised how quickly that came together. Review that solo act to see if another 200 was anywhere near close. Yeah, I know there's another 200 on that solo act. I don't regret not going for it because those dynamic hit windows are tiny, and I guarantee I would have missed trying to go for it here. I doubt I will go for any more on this. You know, if it was the difference between like 236k, there might be a world, but as it stands, I'm pretty confident I'm done with this now. Yeah, the upper bound squeeze is hard, but you know, it's only the one whammy on it. What makes it particularly difficult is pairing it with that first reverse squeeze, which actually gave me a lot of trouble this time around. I didn't ever really re-grasp the proper timing, I don't think, particularly on the last note of the trill, like I did by the end of my first records runs. But that was over 3 months ago at this point, so it makes perfect sense that I kind of lost that. But being so inconsistent with that really heightened the nerves on everything past it. I did go into TAS for that specifically, just to see if it was actually extended hit window exclusive. And in the TAS, yeah, it wasn't possible by a frame without extended hit window. Extended hit window actually grants 3 frames on that reverse squeeze as opposed to the +2 that it does on activations, because there's no star power input that you have to time at least 1 frame before fretting. So, wow, yeah, again, probably done with this. Well, better ticks. Let's see how close I was there. 2 frames away. Just how this is going to be. Still not particularly good ticks, but it's good to at least close out that last act properly for a change. Well, we got one more tick out of it. I really thought I red flamed that solo act for an end. Now the depressing review. Multiple frames away still. Must have just been bad whammy. Cool. That was way too risky for this. my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was so fast today. That took just under 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes. I am so happy with that score. Ticks could be better, but all that time practicing the extended hit window fret trick on the intro paid off there at the end. I was just shaking. God, it was so hard to convince myself to go for that, but I knew to get a score that I was really happy with, I would need to do it. But these are still the best ticks I've gotten on this. Beating that 544 run. Absolutely incredible. This is all the squeezes in this song, so really all there is to do is discuss ticks here. The third act, that is about as aggressive as I was wanting to play it. I've gotten 8 more off that, and I think I might have dropped a tick too during the act itself, maybe at the end of that yellow-orange chord, which I had started doing every so often. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was actually minus 12 to my best pace after Act 3. I think I had 4 here and 16 was my best. But a big problem with ticks on this path is that because the whammy you need for the solo act, you basically have to fish for perfect whammy. You cannot afford to hit the blue in Freeze 2 late at all. And so to assure that, I've been trying to hit it slightly early. Let me review that in this run. No, I hit it just about where it's charted, which again, I'm really trying not to do. But I think the reason I'm hitting that later than I want to is because to avoid the situation where I fret the blue before strumming it, therefore cutting off the yellow whammy without getting frame perfect whammy on the blue. You want to try to use extended hit window mechanics for that so that you don't have to time the strum and fret on the same frame. It's just much more consistent execution to be able to strum slightly before fretting. And I don't think I struggled with that from any of the runs I reviewed, cutting off the yellow before strumming the blue. So that's probably what was happening there. I was strumming and then fretting the blue a couple frames later, even just instinctually, because it wasn't really something I was like trying to do. It's just too precise for that pattern, especially while whamming at the same time and getting yourself mentally ready for the solo. Yeah, it looks like I only dropped 1 tick on that. Trying to see if any other places I even dropped ticks here. Yep, solo act, star power ended frame perfect on the back end. Not at all surprised about that. Front end might have been frame perfect. Yeah, I can't find any other ticks that I dropped besides the one on the solo phrase 2 whammy, and I guess the minus 12 on Act 3 from my PB, which has to be near, if not optimal. I did actually TAS some of this song out. I just wanted to see the frame window for the solo act after getting the first 235.5 run. And while doing that, I just decided to see if Act 3 would be either better or the same amount of ticks by delaying it to squeezing the yellow-blue chord, just because there's like a break in between the chord sustains and you're getting all the extra frames from squeezing it. It ended up only being like 8 worse, which kind of surprised me, but you don't really even get much out of it. I mean, doing a frame perfect extended hit window execution is way harder than just timing the back end on that yellow. Though I will say that having to time that yellow back end as early as possible really puts some extra strain on solo 1. I'm pretty sure that's why I missed in solo 1 on that first run that I hit the solo 2 act. But yeah, overall, I am extremely satisfied with this score. This is genuinely about as good as I could have realistically hoped for grinding for this. Very well might be my best score overall in this game.